Amidst the lush green grasslands of the Masai Mara, a pregnant lioness rests, but the peaceful beauty conceals a silent horror. A giant python has attacked, squeezing the life out of her. In a seemingly hopeless moment, a female ranger faces an unimaginable choice. Is compassion powerful enough to change the fate of these two beings? The sun drifts across the clear blue sky over the Masai Mara, casting light on a magnificent tapestry of green and wildflowers. It is a land of giants, a place where life is shaped by immense power and vibrant beauty. But today, this vast landscape holds a silent terror. Lying in the tall, green grass is a pregnant lioness, a monarch on the brink of motherhood, yet utterly helpless. Unseen, a powerful African rock python, a creature of silent muscle and patience, has coiled itself around her. Its thick, rope-like body tightens relentlessly, a slow and terrible siege. The air is thick with a desperate quiet, the kind that precedes a final, brutal end. Amani, a wildlife ranger with a deep connection to this land, watches from a distance, her heart a drum against her ribs. She knows the immutable laws of the wild, the cold calculus of predator and prey. But today, she sees a fragile life, a future generation, being extinguished by a force of nature. This is not a territorial fight or a swift hunt. It is a silent, merciless war for survival. She has trained her entire life to observe, to document, to protect from poachers, but never to interfere. Yet, the sight of this majestic creature, so vulnerable, awakens a different kind of instinct within her. Amani's hands tremble, but her mind is clear. She knows the python's method of attack. Unlike venomous snakes, pythons kill by constriction. They use their immense musculature to wrap their prey, applying pressure with every exhale of their victim until the heart stops beating. It is a slow, terrifying process. Amani's knowledge of animal behavior tells her that time is running out. The python, a master of stealth and patience, is methodical, its coils tightening around the lioness's abdomen, putting not just one life, but a whole litter of new lives at risk. Amani, the guardian of this wild kingdom, suddenly sees herself not as an observer, but as a critical factor in this silent drama. She takes a risk, a calculated defiance of everything she's been taught. What weapon do you use when the enemy has no fear? She is not armed for a fight like this. Her tools are for observation, not combat. Yet, she remembers a technique taught to her by a mentor years ago, a method for dealing with aggressive animals in a non-lethal way. She takes out a small, innocent-looking canister and a long stick. Her plan is not to harm the python, but to irritate it, to create enough discomfort that it is forced to reconsider its grip. This delicate balance of action and restraint, of saving a life without taking another, is the cornerstone of her philosophy. She approaches with a quiet reverence, her movements slow and deliberate. The python's hide shimmers in the light, its sheer power almost hypnotic. Amani positions herself behind the massive snake and uses her stick to tap gently but firmly on its tail. The python's coils twitch in annoyance, but do not loosen. This is where her unconventional tool comes in. The canister contains a highly concentrated, pepper-based mist. It is not meant to blind or injure, but to overwhelm an animal's sensitive olfactory and visual senses, making the situation unbearable. Taking a deep breath, she aims the canister and sprays a short burst near the python's head. The effect is immediate and jarring. The massive creature convulses, its coils shifting as it thrashes blindly in discomfort. But the lioness is still trapped. Amani's intervention has only bought her a precious few seconds. The story is about to get even more complicated. This act of defiance has not gone unnoticed. In the distance, she sees a trio of male lions, the coalition that rules this territory, approaching. Even the king of the jungle can be helpless. The three magnificent male lions, the epitome of strength and dominance, arrive at the scene but are met with confusion. They circle the python and the struggling lioness, their powerful roars turning into bewildered, rumbling growls. They seem paralyzed by a foe they do not understand, their instincts for a frontal assault useless against the python's crushing power. The python is an alien threat, a silent killer that fights not with claws or teeth, but with a patient, suffocating embrace. Their powerful instincts, honed for millennia to fight other predators, fail them here. Amani understands. The lions are not cowards. They are simply confused. They do not know how to attack without also harming the very creature they seek to protect. This is a crucial point that a behavioral scientist would highlight: the psychological impact of a novel threat on a predator's behavior. Amani's presence, her human scent and deliberate actions, seem to break their trance. They watch her, and then they watch their own. When Amani used her canister, spraying the harmless but irritating mist onto the python's head, the biggest male of the pride finally acts. A guttural roar rips from his chest as he launches a full-scale attack, a blur of golden mane and immense power. The two other males join him instantly. The battle is now joined, a chaotic ballet of immense power against immense power. The struggle is brutal, but Amani's intervention has made all the difference. The python, disoriented by the stinging mist and now overwhelmed by the coordinated assault of 3 enraged lions, begins to uncoil. The lioness, bruised and exhausted, lies motionless as the snake, finally defeated, slithers away into the tall green grass, its silent hunt a total failure. The battle is over, but the story is not. As the python disappears, the lions, panting and covered in wet grass, turn their attention to the lioness. Amani holds her breath, expecting more violence. Instead, they show an astonishing tenderness. The largest male, the one who first charged, nuzzles her face, licking her cheek as if to comfort her. He nudges her gently with his massive head. The other two lie down nearby, their presence a silent, protective vigil. Amani, the storyteller, witnesses this moment and understands a deeper truth. Strength in the wild is not just about dominance. It is also about a fierce loyalty and a profound capacity for care. It is a powerful moment of quiet reflection, a display of a bond that transcends species, a fleeting moment of peace after an act of intense violence. But Amani knows her work is not done. The lioness, though free from the python's grip, is motionless. Her breathing is shallow and strained, a result of the crushing constriction. She is alive, but she is not safe. The final, heartbreaking moment shows why this story is so much more than a rescue. It is a desperate race against time. Amani's intervention may have saved the lioness from a python, but the injuries could still claim her life and the lives of her unborn cubs. Amani knows that the final step is the most critical. The sun begins to set, its final golden rays glistening on the scattered acacia trees. Amani pulls out her satellite phone and makes a call for a veterinary team. She will stay by the lioness's side, a silent guardian in the darkness, until help arrives. The final payoff is not about a dramatic conclusion, but about the gentle ripple effect of compassion. It is a story about a human who saw a life worth saving and acted without hesitation, bridging a gap between species that society often forgets. This story is not just about a lion and a ranger. It is a quiet, powerful testament to the idea that compassion is the most potent force on Earth. It shows us that when we look past the surface and see the vulnerability in another, no matter their species, we find a connection that is both profound and life-changing. Amani's bravery was not just physical. It was an act of emotional courage, a decision to break the rules to do what was right. It is a gentle reminder that we are all part of the same grand, beautiful, and fragile story. What do you think is the biggest lesson we can learn from Amani's courage? Let us know in the comments below. If this story moved you, please hit that like button, subscribe for more powerful narratives from the wild, and share this video with someone who needs to see the power of compassion.